if you can, just start off by introducing yourself. Tell us who you are, how old you are, where you're from, and what it is that you do.
My name is Chris Aune. I am, I believe, 51 years young. I'm from Austin, Texas, and I'm a small business owner. My wife and I just started a small business. We're expanding units.
Very nice, man. Very nice. And if you can remind me, when did you first join the initial program, the Accelerated Method program? Like how many weeks back was it?
Officially started up 12 weeks ago. So I've been through the 12-week initial phase.
Got it. And can you just share, maybe tell me or just anybody who's watching this, why is it that you joined? What was life like back then? And, what problems were you facing? And how did you just feel overall?
It's kind of hard, honestly, to go back to that stage because I am a really different person. I was just not in a good spot. I kind of hinted at the fact I have type 2 diabetes. I was in a little bit of a miserable roller coaster, trying to go between managing my diabetes and trying to stay as thin as I could, which wasn't very thin. But what I mean by that is manage my diabetes in a traditional sense. I was having to take lots of insulin. However, I have, and I think a lot of people have, strong body reactions to taking a lot of insulin. My reaction was to gain 30 pounds in 2 or 3 weeks. So, I would take insulin for 2 or 3 or 4 weeks. I would put on 25 to 35 pounds, feel miserable. I'd feel lethargic. I was irritable. I wasn't a happy person. Had to muster every ounce of energy to kind of just get me through the absolute critical tasks for our business, trying to put on a smile where I could when I was dealing with our clients. But, after mustering all that energy to get through the business part of the day, I had nothing left in the tank. And I was basically just wanting to check out. I was really mailing life in. Honestly, not having fun, didn't have passion about anything. I was on this yo-yo of weight gain with insulin and then deciding like I can't take the weight gain anymore and just not take insulin and have uncontrolled diabetes with my blood sugars in the 350 to 450 range. And I really felt like I was on the precipice of, if I didn't truly change things, I was on the verge of potentially very soon experiencing some significant and detrimental health impacts like loss of eyesight or, having to have a foot amputated. So that's where I was. I wasn't happy. I was really struggling.
So it was kind of, you were experiencing a lot, and it was almost like that proverbial roller coaster, you would say, in a way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. And how bad would you say did it get for you? And specifically, what toll did it take on you personally and professionally to be in that state that you were in?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to quantify it. Again, I did my best to, being an achiever and being a successful business owner, but it was the surface. I was anything but feeling successful. And again, I was procrastinating on critical things, not only personally, but with business. So, I wasn't effective. My business at a 50 to 60% effectiveness level and managing my personal life at about a 20% effectiveness level. I didn't have time for my wife. I was spent. I would just lay on the couch, vegetate. Again, I could characterize myself as just kind of being an empty of a human being with no passion, not much of a desire to really do anything, but just, sit around because I was totally lethargic, totally out of energy. So again, from a business perspective, I think I was trying to fake it and kind of limping through, but just not super productive. Definitely not as plugged in as I wanted to be. And I'm sure people could notice that. And I'm in a people business, so it's not good to not bring your best self forward from a business perspective. So I just know I wasn't present.
I see. So you kind of noticed it was showing up not only in the people that you interact with in your professional world, but also from a personal standpoint. It's just there was a little bit of you that just all of you wasn't there. to a degree.
Yeah. And I think it was my personal life with my wife was just, there wasn't much to it. It was really suffering.
I hear you, man. So knowing that you joined just a couple months back, a few months back, what has life been like for you over these past few months?
I think the right word is transformation. It has been a transformation. The way that you package it, the way that you dive in deep to your, to your clients, at least the way you did for me, the way you dove deep into getting to know me and caring for me, the way you supported me and the way you were always there, and just the system and the framework, as each layer of the onion of the framework was uncovered as I went through the weeks. It was just all encompassing. It just really was super effective for me. It's been a total transformation. And I know that sounds a little cliche, but every major aspect of my life, I've turned around. I'm now energized today. I'm waking up consistently, coupled to several hours earlier than I was before the program. I'm also getting bed earlier, and I'm feeling more rested. I'm feeling more energized, and I have the attitude. I'm now on the other side of this first 12 weeks, and now looking back, I just have this amazing attitude that I can achieve so much. I've always somehow found a way to be really successful, but it's been a long time since I've pieced all the pieces of my life together and made this kind of improvement, not just in business, but in my belief system, in myself, in my outlook on life, in my positivity. I look at things, how I respond to stressors and situations instead of reacting. I mean, it's just, Logan, it's been a 180 transformation.
I love to hear that, man. And it's the fact that you were the one that committed, put forth the work, and made that happen. And again, I can lay the perfect framework out, as but you're the one that put it to work. So I'm glad to hear that it came out to the reality it is where you are at this point now. And what I want to know, kind of to add in addition to that, what specific results have you gotten within just this short duration of time?
So I'm a type 2 diabetic. I mentioned that I was mostly not managing my diabetes. I was letting my blood sugars run wild. And I was really rebelling against taking insulin because of the weight gain effects it had on me. Again, packing on 30 pounds in 3 or 4 weeks of taking insulin. Just wasn't fun. So I just couldn't stick with it. And I knew that I needed to do something that hopefully allowed me to manage my blood sugars without having to only rely on insulin. Lifestyle, diet, exercise, stress management, sleep. I think that's been my biggest accomplishment, is going from, I was out of control. I was miserable. My blood sugars were ranging from the 350 to 450 range. I wasn't exercising at all. I wasn't doing anything that I really needed to do. And so I think the biggest victory in going through what's changed, what are the benefits that I see that I've been able to achieve. My blood sugar numbers, after maybe 6-7 weeks on the program, I went from the 300 to 400 range down to the 220, 230 range, which was a huge improvement. Now, since about 3 weeks ago, my blood sugar average, my average through, each week of the last 3 weeks has been about 160. So I'm on the cusp of being close to normal. And it's just, it's hard to overstate what impact that has. So I think that's the biggest thing. I think I've added years to my life. I wholeheartedly believe that managing my blood sugars through my new lifestyle and the way that I operate has added quality years to the end of my life. And I just can't overstress how important that is. So that's one.
That's huge. That's a big one.
That's about as big as they get. But, I also wanted to feel more comfortable in clothes. I had my skinny clothes, and I had my normal clothes, and I had my fat clothes, and seemed to never really be able to get into my skinny clothes. So I had some goals to lose some weight, lose some inch, feel good. I've done those things. I started the program 12 weeks ago weighing 211 pounds. I now weigh 191 pounds. So I've lost 20 pounds.
Yes.
I've lost about 4 or 5% body fat percentage. I've lost 3.25 inches around my belly button,
Yeah.
which is amazing. The difference between my kind of waist where my pants was and my belly used to be about 4 inches. Now that difference, that delta between my pant waist area and my belly area is more like 1.5 inches difference. So I'm flattening that out. I'm 3.25 inches around the belly. That's huge. I've lost inches around my chest, my hips, where my pants are. I think I've lost about 2 inches in pant size. Another big one is strength. When I started, I was complaining to you about, man, I just want to do some push-ups. I come from a military background, and I used to be pretty strong and pretty fit and be able to do a lot of incredible things physically from my days at West Point and my days in the Army. And when I started with you, I couldn't do like even 2 or 3 push-ups. I think the first day I tried, I did 2 or 3 push-ups. And they were not good quality push-ups, and I was spent. I couldn't even muster another half of one. I had to go to my knees. I'm now able to just knock out 25 push-ups with no rest, which is insane.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a good start, but it's pretty good progress, I think.
I'd say so.
So just amazing strength gains. The whole thing about the weight loss, the inches, the strength, it's added a lot to my confidence. So I'm accomplishing more. I have more energy. I have a happier outlook on life. Again, I'm not reacting and flying off the handle multiple times a day. I'm able to kind of take a breath and look at situations and form a mature, positive response in most cases. That's a lot of improvements. I'm sure I'm missing some, but
I was going to say, man, that is a lot of improvements, and you did all that, and you created all that yourself. And what I want to know is, once you created these results for yourself, what else changed for you? Like, what else was different?
I'm a lot happier, and I think that comes off of everybody I talk to with everybody that's known me for the last even year or 20 years. People can see that change. That it's not just the physical change; it's the kind of the glow inside is back, and it's been gone a long time. But
you're glowing again.
Yeah, absolutely.
I love it, man. I love it. And you had mentioned a little bit about energy, because I think some tend to kind of look at it's like not only from a standpoint of having that energy to kind of produce throughout the day, but obviously people are picking up on your energy. There's something about you that's like a little bit different, which is awesome. But for you mentioning just in the beginning of this, and I even recall when we first kind of connected, where you were saying kind of, man, I'm really tired. 2:00 would come around, you're wanting kind of a nap, or you're wanting to like call it for the day. So knowing that was the previous, what is your energy like now?
Again, it's totally changed. I mean, literally, Logan, it took me a lot just to get through a day, and to get through a day without like snoozing off or something. It was rare. I don't seem to crave a nap now. I feel engaged for the day. I feel excited for the day. I feel like I've got all the energy I need, what I need to get done at work, working with my clients, managing our business. I feel like I've got all the focus and energy that I need to be successful at that. I'm not procrastinating on big key responsibilities anymore. And when it comes to 4, 5, 6, 7 p.m., I don't feel like I just need to crash on the couch. Then it's time to spend time with my wife. And she's seen a huge change as well in me, and I have the energy to go take a walk with her and the dogs. I have the energy and the focus and the positive outlook to engage with her in conversation about our business or her day, or what our plans are. It's just a night and day change from where I was. I don't feel like I get done at whatever time with work and then I just have to physically shut down. I don't have that anymore.
Oh, man, that is incredible. What were you skeptical about when you first made the decision to start? Because oftentimes there can be you see these things where it can be claims or whatever. Like, what were you like skeptical about?
I was probably, I guess, a little skeptical just about, hey, I've got all the, like, in an ideal world, I'd want to manage my diabetes better without insulin. I'd want to lose weight. I'd want to, drop 4 inches in my waist. I'd want to gain strength and be able to do this and that. I had all these expectations, but, I think about it, when you think of it that way, it all just seems overwhelming. Like, going to deliver all that. I mean, how can, and you look at some of your I don't know if they're claims or some of the content that you've got out there, that kind of says 20 minutes a day, and you're like, yeah, right. I look back and I think about, I'm pretty sure I was under the mindset that, well, maybe I can reduce my blood sugars a little bit, and maybe I can do one more thing. I had like 10 things I wanted to do, and I was like, yeah, but I doubt that 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 10 minutes a day, whatever, is going to really make that big of a difference. All I can say is, holy cow, you just do these little things every day consistently, what kind of results they produce. It's just amazing.
Yeah, it's usually the small, simple things done consistently, persistently, and frequently usually equate to some big wins in the end. And I can completely relate to, looking at something from afar and go, yeah, right. So what I want to know from you is, what did I do or the program do to be able, like, at the core, to be able to alleviate your skepticism?
Like, you took all the guesswork out. You provided me all the tools. You basically eliminated any excuses that I might have otherwise had before.
And you executed beautifully, man, by just starting. So taking out the guesswork. And so all of this has happened, and you've created all of this for yourself by applying, by committing, by putting forth the effort. So if another guy decided to click on exactly similar to what you clicked on, and all of a sudden is watching this video right now, and he's made it all the way to the end of this video to kind of go, yeah, whatever, or, whatever thoughts are in his head based on past experiences he's had, whatever, but he's ready to change like you are. But right now he's on the fence. He's, number one, not sure if he's going to have the courage to be able to reach out to another guy to ask for support. I being a guy myself, I know that can be very difficult to do. Or he may be also hesitant of, he's tried so many things, nothing seems to come to fruition. What would you say to that guy watching this right now, who is maybe considering to reach out for support, who's sitting on the fence? What would you say to him based on your experience?
I'd say you gotta look inside yourself, and you gotta see if you're ready. I mean, when you do this, it's not going to serve you to be semi-committed to this. You've got to be committed to yourself. You've got to be in a place where you are ready to take action. And trust me, I mean, it doesn't take much to be in that place. So, if you can put yourself in that place where you are ready to take action, my recommendation is dive in, just start. The reason that other things haven't worked is you probably didn't have a holistic approach to, all the aspects of your life that probably needed some work. I think if you're ready for change and you're just not sure how to make that change happen, I'm 100% confident that if you dive into this, you can make that change happen. I mean, man, this is the best investment I think I can recall ever making.